here we got Tony Finau, PGA Tour player, who is 6'4", who has a 78-inch wingspan. Got underneath Jim Blumeyer, 6'4", 78-inch wingspan. Both very, very similar in terms of size. So it's looking at how we can create a pattern for Jim and looking at how his biomechanics need to work for him in order to keep the club out in front of the body, not get stuck behind him, which has then always historically caused him to flip his hands at impact. You notice the change here. So we've already made a bit of a tweak with Jim. We've got him closer to the ball, but we're going to get him closer still. Tony Finau's playing with a 2-iron there. Jim's got like a 7-iron, so there's a bit of a difference in club here. A bit more flex in the knees. In the video at the top, hands closer to the body. What do hands closer to the body do? It enables us to take the club away in more of a straight line. So you see that first movement there, yeah, the arms start to turn over, but that club is going straight up to the sky. Let's look to see where Jim is in the early stages here. The body's turning, which is lovely. Hands in front of the chest, but then the hands flip back. So the right wrist is flipping back and getting the club almost, it gets him into quite a laid off position. So the club gets very much stuck behind him. Now, great play in this position. Left arm across the shoulders if you are 6 foot, 5'8", Louis Oosthuizen or Nick Faldo or anyone like that. But Jim is made differently. So we've got to always keep the club out in front of us. Notice Tony Finau's swing is much shorter, and that's created through tension. Jim's lower half is notoriously kind of overreactive, if you like. To allow a deeper position at the top of the backswing. And this is what happens now is as we start the turn on the way down, great kind of power from the body there in the torso, but the body stops turning. So then the club gets thrown out slightly here. As it gets thrown out, it cuts across the ball. Left hip is starting to open at impact. It was a pretty good strike, but everything's getting a little bit, you can see here, we get a little bit tucked up at impact. We run out of space here at impact. Whereas if the club was out in front of us more, that's the position we're after now. So the club is steeper, hands are at the right shoulder. As we start to push weight into that left heel, and which then in turn pushes the left hip out the way, gets the left side peeling open, we get into this wonderful position here, impact of space. And then we got Jim here, who's having to throw it out to create space because he can't get his left side open quick enough. So this is the